Yo, what is my fellow virgin boy on Lake Sea Sauce? Can I take a motherfucker loss? I've been gone for like a couple days because, you know, I feel unmotivated sometimes. But today we react to Dana White just got his revenge and said Jon Jones cannot fight on the UFC White House card. We're watching this by Lucas Straight MMA. Let's get it. Let's be honest. You know, I'm an honest nigga. Dana White he's telling the truth, bro. Like, cause think about it. Jon Jones, bro, he got too much shit going on, bro. Like, you can't trust him, bro. It's kind of crazy that he could trust McGregor before Jon Jones. That's kind of fucked up, but let's just see what's going on, you know. And I already predicted the Max fight. I already knew Max was gonna win, you know. My video got like 9 to 11 views, but you know, only smart niggas watched it.
I never thought I would see the day, but Dana White has just turned on Jon Jones.
He's not glazing no more.
The ultimate Uno reversal card is the White House card for Dana White and the UFC shortly after UFC 318. Dana White was asked by the media if he would be interested in having his beloved Jon Jones headline a potential July 4th card at the White House. And despite Dana White non-stop glazing Jon Jones for the past 2 years,
Jon Jones is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
He actually gave quite an interesting
answer. He stopped glazing, bro.
Jon Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him like coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and
that's
have
growth.
Something go wrong.
Damn.
I never thought I would see the day. You know what he says? He says, I don't know if I can rely.
Yo, I know this is probably off topic, but this is literally all I got. I just woke up. This is all I got in my name right now. Like, literally, like, 50, 75, $1. Only thing I got is $1.50. Literally. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, I gotta go to the store and figure out bag of chips I want or what water I want. And that's probably what I'm gonna eat the whole day. Just let y'all niggas know to never give up, bro.
On Jon Jones.
I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot.
And you know what that is? Not only is that Dana White realizing that he has the ultimate leverage over these semi-retired fighters like Jon Jones, Conor McGregor, who are now coming out of the woodworks, crawling out of the woodworks, and saying that they want to fight at the White House.
Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House. That just seems like such a huge opportunity.
Stay ready, because damage will be done. Oval Office, White House guy.
Throwing their name in the hat. They're saying they're getting back in the testing pool, and Conor McGregor posting on Instagram this AI stare down with him and Michael Chandler on the White House lawn. And the UFC understands that these fighters, not only them, but every single fighter on the planet is going to be chomping at the bits to get on this card. And it gives the UFC so much leverage. And when I say leverage, I mean that the UFC can use just the potential.
No, but that shit next year, though. So, like, why are we so hype and glazing about it now, you know?
Of a White House card, a never before seen kind of spectacle as a way to keep these big stars like McGregor and Jones that are so hard to corral. They can use it as a way to keep these guys in line, to make sure they're on their best behavior. And we're already seeing the results. Shortly after these comments were made, Jon Jones went on social media and said, yes, I heard the comments made at last night's press conference. While I was a little bit disappointed, I'm still in the UFC's testing pool, staying sharp and continuing to train like a professional. You see, a couple of months ago, it was Dana White and the UFC brass that was jumping through hoops and ladders to appease Jon Jones, to allow him to frolic and gallivant around the world with his heavyweight belt that wasn't even that deserved, fighting old man Stippy, dragging the fans through the mud along on this never-ending ride where he's never going to fight the interim champ Tom Aspinall. And now you have Jon Jones saying, I know the UFC's disappointed in me, but listen, I just want to be on the White House card. I'm in the testing pool. Please put me on the card. That's kind of the energy that we're getting from Jon Jones here. And all of these fighters are going to be desperate to get on this card, and Dana White knows it.
Facts.
But what's really funny to me is that if you thought Dana White was willing to move heaven and earth for Jon Jones, just wait till you see what he's willing to do for Trump. Okay? Because Dana White loves Donald Trump. And Dana White is
what's
not
really
about
fucked up? Like, I know that I'm not really like a politician like type nigga, but what's up with them Epstein files, man?
to let Jon Jones, as much as he loves Jon Jones, he's not about to let Jon Jones embarrass him and the UFC and the sport of mixed martial arts on the world stage in front of Donald Trump with such a monumental opportunity, and to make sure that there's absolutely nothing that could jeopardize a nice smooth sailing stacked pay-per-view card that literally has potential to sell over 5 million pay-per-views. If you thought Conor McGregor did numbers, wait until the UFC White House card. Dana White is going to stack it like never before, because it's going to have a huge audience of people that have never even seen UFC fights watching it, and he knows that. He's not about to let Jon Jones, the guy that has potential to pop for PEDs, and then, all of a sudden, the guy in the main event, Jon Jones, popped for PEDs. Damn. I guess the UFC is a juice head sport for juice head turkeys. I'm never watching again. Or, oh no, Jon Jones got arrested. The guy that just competed in the main event got arrested.
This is not what the fuck we're gonna do. I'm not gonna sit here and waste my fucking time about shit we already fucking know, bro.
With Donald Trump. So as I said, this is the ultimate leverage, and Dana White is willing to go all out, because he is going to, if he has to, kick Jon Jones out of the frickin' planet, out of the stratosphere, if he's going to get in the way of this card. Don't be surprised if you see Jon Jones fighting on the prelims, all right? Because Dana White's not going to want to allow him to mess it up at all. I know some people are not going to like the idea of this card because they're saying things like the UFC is getting too political and whatnot, but you have to understand that as a business, they have to jump at this opportunity. This is enormous for their business because, again, you know, the UFC is struggling to sell 1 million pay-per-views these days. The pay-per-view era is almost dead. This is an opportunity for them not only to sell 1 million pay-per-views, which they haven't done since McGregor. It's an opportunity for them to potentially sell the most pay-per-views out of any pay-per-view event that there's ever fucking been. Like, that's how big a card like this could be. And that's why you see fighters like Conor McGregor and Jon Jones. Think about Jon Jones, how little he wants to do with Tom Aspinall. Jon Jones would rather fight King Kong than fight Tom Aspinall. Jon Jones would rather fight a cannonball flying at his face, going 5 billion miles per hour, than Tom Aspinall. You know, Conor McGregor, he can't be bothered to get out of the club and get off the yacht and stop living this lavish lifestyle to step in the octagon. But you know what? He probably will be able to do it if it means fighting at the White House, which would be this next level opportunity with 5-10 times the amount of eyes that you would have on the biggest former UFC event ever, which was McGregor and Khabib. Again, just the spectacle of having a UFC fight night on the White House lawn. That's why these guys are coming out of the woodworks. Dana White knows Conor McGregor would be desperate to get on this card. If there's anything that would get...
Of course he would.
Conor McGregor to pivot from Olympic weightlifting to MMA.
Give me a minute.
It's something like this. And the UFC understands that. The UFC can now sit back and they can talk to Jon Jones and say, oh, you want to fight? Even though you've basically embarrassed us for the past 2 years, you've dragged the fans and the company through the mud just so that we could watch you gallivant around with this belt, beating up old Stipe Miocic when everyone wants you to fight Tom Aspinall and you're just not willing to do it. Not even when we offer you $30 million, you're not willing to do it. Oh, okay. So if you're going to be that difficult to deal with, then the ball is in our court. We're going to do it on our terms. We're not going to have you as a main event. We're not even going to have you as a co-main event. You really want to fight at the White House? Okay, feature fight against Marcin Tybura, son. Conor McGregor, you want to fight? Well, the last time we booked you, you pulled out 2 weeks prior to International Fight Week, and you jeopardized the card, and we had to scramble at the last second to put something together. You want to fight? We're flying you out to the Apex. We're locking the doors behind you at the Apex. We're making sure there's not a single alcoholic beverage in sight. We're gonna cryogenically freeze you for 3 months.
I'm back.
And make sure you're
I'm
in
on the phone, my
absolute
fault,
perfect peak condition so that there's no injuries, there's no bullshit, and that you are 1000% making that walk to the octagon. And guess what, McGregor? He
Alright, this is what the fuck I'm about to do, bro. Because I'm not going to sit here for another fucking 3 fucking minutes talking about the same bullshit. So pretty much the video is really all about is that we got Dana White not glazing John Jones anymore.